Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, founders, C-suite executives, and all those passionate about the Web3 ecosystem, welcome to the Growly Club webinar. I'm Nick, your host for today's enlightening session. Before we dive into our agenda, I want to ensure that everyone can hear me and see me well. If you can hear me clearly and see me without any issues, could you please type yes in the chat? I'll give everyone a moment to respond. Thank you for your responses. Let's proceed. We're gathered here in this virtual space to explore, learn, and grow together in the dynamic world of Web3 startups. The Growly Club is more than just a community. It's a collaborative platform where we share valuable tools, tips, and insights to help each other thrive in the Web3 ecosystem. Today, we have an exciting agenda lined up for you. We'll delve into the art of crafting compelling Web3 pitch decks, unravel the mysteries of crypto funds in 2023, and learn how to avoid common mistakes that can hinder your success. We aim to provide you with a roadmap to mastering the nuances of fundraising in different market conditions. Before we wrap up, I want to make a short reminder. In a week, we'll be holding a demo day. Everyone who wants to participate has to submit their pitch decks to the Growly Telegram bot by the 28th of July. We'll handpick 10 decks to pitch on demo day, but don't worry, our experts will review every pitch deck we receive. Here's what the three winners will get. First, the first place winner will have the opportunity to have their pitch deck, to share their pitch deck with 500 Web3 investors, get free premium access to InMind and one-on-one sessions with each of our speakers. The second and third places will be featured in the InMind newsletter, reaching over 50,000 Web3 audience and one-on-one sessions with each speaker too. And the best part, all participants will get a 50% discount on InMind Premium. Sounds great, right? Let's join forces and empower the Web3 community together. Welcome to the Growly Club webinar. Let's get started. And it's time to introduce our first speaker for today's webinar. We're privileged to have with us Mitchell Kim, a mentor at Alchemist Accelerator, a renowned platform that transforms technical founders into experienced entrepreneurs. Mitchell is a seasoned professional with a wealth of experience in the startup ecosystem. He has been instrumental in guiding numerous startups through their growth journey, providing them with the tools and insights needed to navigate the complex world of funding. Today, Mitchell will be sharing his expertise on a topic that is crucial for every startup: 7 steps to get funded. This is a topic that resonates with every entrepreneur who dreams of turning their innovative ideas into reality. Mitchell will guide us through the intricacies of securing funding, providing a step-by-step approach that can be a game changer for your startup. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Mitchell Kim. Mitch, the virtual stage is yours.
Hi, Nick. Thank you very much. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you. Let me share my screen and start right away. Do you see my screen now?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Let me start. So my name is Mitch, and let me start my presentation, 7 steps to get funded. Shortly about me, I'm a Chief Growth Officer at SpeechKey. We're funded by Greycroft, Tier 1 fund from New York City. I'm advisor at 13 startups. I'm also mentor, judge, speaker at Alchemist. Just recently also I had a session at the University of Notre Dame. And also I'm founder at VentureRoof. I help founders raise 10 millions. Also, just several months ago, my article was recently launched on Alchemist Accelerator blog. I there explain about dopamine hacks, about success hack, also how to set up your LinkedIn profile, how to send different cold emails, and also about webinars and viral posts. If you're interested, just just go to this web page and you will see lots of different interesting things. So let's get started. So step number one, focus on sales. You might not need fundraising. What I mean by that, just yesterday on the Crunchbase, a new article launched about that many different startups right now are declined. So just in 2023, not so many startups. And actually, there are some different memes that there is no startups, no money, no startups. So what I mean also by focus on sales, there are lots of different questions you might ask yourself. For example, how many calls did you have with your prospective clients last week or last month? How many clients do you have on the wait list? How many clients did sign letter of intent with you? And how many clients are ready to pay for your product? If you cannot answer these questions, probably you must focus on sales rather than fundraising. And what I found is that founders' mindset usually is around product base. So founders love their product, they're carrying it like baby, but founders don't want to focus on sales and fundraising. And ugly truth is that startup's not story about product, but startup is story about growth. Step number two is focus on fundraising as a full-time job. And I would like to explain here in a reverse engineering. So let's consider how many touches do we need to have with investors to schedule calls with them? How many calls we need in total with investors? How many investors will express interest and jump on a second call? How many investors will be in due diligence in cadence in our, let's say, pre-sales round? And how many investors will participate in the round? Let's start from the end. So how many investors will participate in the round? It might be 5 investors. How many investors will be in due diligence? Let's imagine conversion rate around 80%, so total will be 7 investors. How many investors will jump on a second call? Let's imagine conversion rate in 25%, so total will be around 30 investors. How many calls do we need with investors in total? Let's imagine again conversion rate around 25%, so total will be more than 100 investors. And let's imagine how many touches do we need to have investors, to schedule call with them. Around 10% conversion rate will be more than 1,000 investors. So just imagine you need to connect with more than 1,000 investors to close a round with just 5 investors, close deals. Step number 3, KPI calls. So you should set up weekly targets. Sometimes I'm judged in different accelerators, for example, Alchemist, and my number one question I love to ask different founders to understand their intention is how many calls with investors did they have last week? So if founder cannot answer exactly or approximately, for example, around 10 or maybe 20, it means that founder is not in fundraising stage. So let's perform some calculations. So fundraising period is around 3 to 6 months. The total number of calls should be more than 200. So KPI calls per week should be more than 10. So just focus on this number. Next page, lead sources for fundraising. There are many sources for fundraising, but you should focus on the next main sources just to keep your focus on fundraising. So you should go to different Web3 focus groups, angel investors, blockchain accelerators. Also should focus on networking and different events and conferences with startups and investors. Participate in pitch competition like Grow Lead Demo Day next week. And also reach out to VC and investors. We will deep dive about that a bit later on. Step number 5, create pitch and deck. So how to create a deck? Let me tell you that actually you don't need to focus on a deck at all, just because every investor will tell you that they don't like something in any page. But what I'd like to say, different founders, that the most important page in the deck is your traction and growth. And usually you should put this page on the first, in the front line, maybe page number 1, just to get attention of investors to have a discussion with you further. How to pitch? As I already mentioned, that product is not sales. Product is not equal to sales. Sales is success, and success is usually emotional decision of different investors. So you can mention that you work with NASA, you got achievement product of the day, you work with Google, have more than 100 clients, maybe you have great revenue like 1 million ARR. Maybe you got achievement Forbes 30 under 30, or maybe you work in previously in unicorn. Step number 6, cadence and CRM. So not so many details here about cadence and CRM. I just want to mention that you can use any CRM you would like. Just the most important that you should use that and should inform about progress, different challenges, and about some roadmaps in your fundraising with your investors. And how helps actually CRM? It increases your, sorry, just a second. Sorry. Actually, you can, by CRM, you can increase conversion rate with different investors in the cadence of your fundraising. And step number 7, venture-proof your fundraising lead generation team. So I'm founder at venture-proof. Just imagine we are your fundraising team. Imagine that project duration is around 3-5 months. We can send different customized emails and LinkedIn messages to approximately 500 funds. Also, we send different automated emails and also LinkedIn messages with dopamine messages to approximately 5,000 different funds. And we have some cases in June. We recently helped raise must-have startup 1.3 million. We had reached more than 5,000 investors and job more than 200 calls. Also in June, we closed one round with various capitals for startup approved. Thank you very much. Reach out if you need me.
A huge thank you to Mitchell for your invaluable insights on startup funding. Your expertise will undoubtedly guide many entrepreneurs on their journey